Hey there guys, we purchased this Angelize 16-inch single wall-mounted bathroom vanity set. We did a box opening earlier, and now this is going to be the assembly of the unit itself.
Alright guys, here's what we got. I got the instructions here, but they got everything pretty well marked out. They've got numbers on everything. All the little bags are marked. I mean, so there's no guessing. This is B7, it's B8, B9, B10, up to B13. What are the hinges? Got screws. We got some of these little cam connectors that, if you guys have ever put anything like this together, you know what one of these is. Okay. They got little, I'm going to think they're Teflon inserts in here where you're going to put these cam screws right here, and we might as well just start doing it. They say all you need is a screwdriver. But I think we're going to need a hammer too, but not for these. But basically, you're just going to screw these in to the inserts, it looks like. And again, we're winging it, you know, trying to show you guys how to put this thing together. I've never put one of these together before, but we figured we'd do a video on it in case somebody bought one of these. And Sony, if you want to help, come on down and start screwing some of these in. Just put them in the little Teflon inserts. And then there are some blank holes here that they have dowel screws for, or dowel pins for.
Please.
Yeah, put it in that insert there. And just, you want to tighten them down. Here, take the screwdriver. Yeah, here, use the screwdriver. Here, let me get it started. It's a little crooked. Just tighten it as tight as you can. And then I'm gonna, while she's tightening those down, it looks like they gave you a couple extra cam screws, which is a good thing, just in case one's faulty. You have these dowel pins next, which is B8. They're just gonna go in these, and this is where I think, they say you don't need a hammer. They're pretty snug. They go in the holes, the blank holes next to the cam screws. And I have a hammer here, which I may end up using. I'm just going to shove them in the holes. Yeah, see, some of them, the hole's pretty tight. We're not putting any adhesive on these at all, just in case it has to come back apart. I got my hammer here. I'm just going to tap them in. You can hear them bottoming out in the hole as you're tapping them down. Some of them go in easy, and some of them not so much. So we're gonna get these cam things here, and it has an arrow on it, and the arrow goes up towards the hole. So you want to stick that in this hole with the arrow going up. Okay? Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna put it over that pin, and you're gonna turn it. It's gonna lock it down. So. What do you want?
These are screwed in.
Oh. This is going to be the bottom, which is going to go where she's tightening those now. Alright, cool. So let me double check, make sure we're tight. And then this is going to slide over that, like so. And then you just turn this little thing tight to the right, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and it's in there. So that's the bottom. Okay, it's in there good. I'm just going to double check all of these for Sonia. No, that's right. It goes over here. Alright, so there we go. Just a little gentle persuasion. Tighten that little cam thing there. And then we have these over here. These are going to be the ones that go right here. Again, take this. I'm repeating myself with the arrow up. Extend it a little bit. Pull it out, drop it on the floor. Arrow up. Now what's this one say? B3. B3 looks like it's going to go right here. Yep. Slides in here. right like that. I'm not sure if you can see this or not, or if I'm even on the camera, so righty-tighty, tighten that down. Same thing over here is, I mean, you can see this is pretty redundant. I mean, over and over, same thing. Put these little things in. I've already got the dowel pins in there. This is B3 too. Looks like it goes inside that one, so like this. Kind of offset the other one. For what reason, I don't know as of yet. Didn't do a lot of pre-planning on this. We're just trying to put it together for you guys. Okay, and then it looks like this section here is just going to go right on top. Okay, so just basically lining everything up. You see how well everything goes together. Just lining the holes up. And bam. And then you want to tighten these little screws here. Just tightening those little things, turning them to the right so it locks down on that pin. That must be human. Hinges are inside the cabinet. Sorry about that. That's the stuff you cut out. Alright, then we're just locking these back down. Alright, well, we're moving on. Hopefully that's right. Just like that. And actually, those aren't even for the hinges. Those are for some L brackets that are on there. But we're going to come over here now. We're going to grab some screws. We're going to grab some L brackets and some hinges. We're going to dump the screws all over the floor. Again, this is B13. Can you see it? And these are just the hinges for the door. And it says to put the hinges on the door first. So here's the door. Hinges here. Again, they already have little Teflon or nylon inserts in these holes. It's not cheap particle board, it's a nice little Teflon insert that these screws go into. And again, we're doing it by hand. I don't want to strip anything out using a screw gun. You could probably use a screw gun if you're good with a screw gun, but for the amount of screws that are here, might as well just do it by hand. And again, we'll do a full-length video on this, and then we'll have one sped up. You guys don't have to sit here and listen to me talk the whole time on this. Looks like we got extra of everything, which is good. So then we're going to take the door. It's going to go like this. Can you guys see it? Or no?
Turn it.
So I'm just screwing these hinges in. I might have this thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna spin it around here. It looks fairly good, even on the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it down there. Again, we could fine tune it later. So I'm just gonna tighten these down. That looks like it's it for the vanity. The sink is going to sit on top of this. We have a couple L brackets here side. They're not pre-drilled. They don't have that little insert in there, but they don't have them drilled on this side. So we'll do a little more research on that and then put those in later. But it's just these L brackets. They're pre-drilled for that right there. I'm going to do a little more research on that and see what those are for. But basically, that's it. They have what's left here are some little plugs to cover up. I believe they cover up all these little turn things. So you just stick those in there,
when it's all assembled and ready to go and good to go. So this looks like just some mounting stuff to mount it to the wall. Oops. Gee. And then we got a bunch of screws left, so we're gonna figure all that stuff out and go from there. So there it is. I'm pretty impressed with the way it went together, other than the way I put it together, but yeah, pretty sturdy construction here. That one, I guess maybe I loosened up. Now just make sure you're tightening these to the right, you know, so that they're nice and tight, but this is pretty sturdy. So there you have it. Okay guys, so just a little update on the L brackets. I didn't know what they were. They do go in the corner here. They are pre-drilled on the back side where the screw's going to go through the thing to hold it to the wall. Hopefully you guys can see this. And then on this side, I got the screw gun out and I just ran them into the side. They weren't pre-drilled. They say you're not going to need a screw gun to do it. It made it a whole lot easier than trying to do that by hand. But just wanted to give you guys the update on how that all went together. You know, the L bracket on both sides. Then the screws will go through that and mount it to the wall. So, see you soon. Okay, I wasn't going to film this, but I'm going to film it. This is putting the drain into the sink. Pretty easy. This drain, it's got a rubber washer of some sort right here. I'm not sure you can see me. You're going to stick that comes on it. You got to take all this off of it. There's a rubber gasket that goes on the bottom of the sink here. Basically, really simple. Stick it in the hole. Stick the grommet. It has two different sides. It has this flat side that goes up against a nut. I'm not sure. And then it has a groove side that goes up in here. It's going to go up in the sink to seal it from leaking. So basically, not sure if I was on camera. Just going to push it on, work it on. It'd be easier if I didn't have a nut in my hand, but I do. So I'm going to make it happen. And it goes in there. I'm pushing on the drain on the other side just to hold it in place. Spin the nut on, tighten it down, and I'm going to go get a wrench and tighten this with the wrench. But basically, you get the idea. The nut's on there. It's sealed from water leaking. Sink, the drain is in there. And you want to make sure it's centered. You know, before I tighten it down, I'll make sure it's centered. This has a neat little drain stop all in the drain itself. Not sure if you can see that. That's closed and that's open. So kind of neat, really simple. I'll tighten it down, you know, and after you install, make sure it's not leaking and whatnot. But that's the drain installation, and I guess we'll do the sink in a second. Or this faucet in a second. And then it just goes on like this. And they say to glue it on there. I was hoping they had some sort of fastener system for it to hold the sink on the vanity, but they say just to glue it on, so we'll get to that in another video. Yeah guys, just an update on that drain. I forgot that this part here came with it, and it just screws on here so that when it's time to hook up the rest of the drain, it goes down a little smaller too. But again, tighten all this with wrenches later, but you can see how that goes on. And in there. Kind of neat. This is everything you get. You get the faucet, you get water lines, you got a little rubber gasket here, it goes a certain way, and a rubber gasket here, and a metal plate that's you're going to run these two screws to hold this faucet on. But basically, you're going to screw these up in there, and you're going to tighten them so they don't leak. They got a couple O-rings on there so they don't leak. So tighten those so they don't leak. You're going to take this rubber washer. It's going to go with the groove up against the faucet. So just stick it around the water lines, take it up to the top, and it's going to seal the faucet from leaking through. the sink here. So take the water lines, stick them down through the hole, feed them through. Faucet goes there. Then you're going to take the rubber gasket goes up against the sink, and the plate goes against it. These screws go through both of them and are going to screw up into the bottom of this faucet. So you're going to take this, stick it through there, and into the bottom. There's a pre-threaded hole. This is a lot easier than pretending it's mounted on the wall already. So then just screw these in there. I'm not sure how far they go, but there's so much of it, you'd think they want you to screw them in there pretty decent ways. And then the metal fall off. I'm wondering if they're going to bottom out. They don't seem to be yet. I'm going to leave them about there. Looks like about 5/8 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch sticking out. Try to make them even. And again, that nut is, this is 10 millimeter also. And these ones I should be able to get on there. But again, I'm not going to tighten everything down. I got to take it all back apart to tighten the water lines in. But that's basically it. You're going to secure everything down once you're done mounting that. And there you have it. And then the faucet is on. And then that baby, like this. So all of that stuff comes with the vanity and the sink and the faucet. It comes with, and I know we did the unboxing earlier, but it does come with the rest of the drain too, so that you can hook all of that up there when you're good to go. So we will probably do another video on this one when we're actually mounting it onto the wall, so you guys can see how that works and maybe the finished product. So until then, we will see you then. Later.